Hey guys, welcome back to my So Goofy Little YouTube channel. And today, I did it. I have successfully for the past 25 days done daily uploads. Today is January the 25th, and I've started making videos on January 1st, 2026. So, yeah, basically, in this video, I'm just going to be talking about kind of where I've grown, I guess, as a YouTuber, and what I plan to do for this channel. So, this also, by the way, is going to be more of a personal journey video, and it's not really informational, and it's probably going to be very boring. So, yeah. But, anyway, basically, let me start. So, I guess as kind of a journey so far, when I started making these videos, basically, I was looking into how like YouTube works, and I got kind of excited about it. And I was like, this would be fun to make videos on, or like good like content. So I made some videos relating to how like monetization works and so on early on, and I felt really good about uploading these first few videos. And actually, on day two, my monetization video spiked, and it got like when I woke up the next morning, it got 60 views, and it was going up, and I was like so excited about it. And then of course it flatlines, and that was actually a spike, which I talked about in this video several times, or sorry, YouTube channel. And so yeah, but since then school started, and yeah, basically I kind of just eh, my oh my gosh, sorry, my content and energies kind of just died out. And so, yeah, I just didn't really enjoy making the videos as much anymore, and I just ran out of things to talk about and do. So, from here on, I'm going to, of course, shift my content to be more broad informationally, and also I'm going to start doing things I like as for content. So, for example, I'm kind of a band person, and so I'm gonna make like some meme videos or sheet musics, like for memes, I guess, if that makes sense. And I'm gonna start doing more editing, maybe like add some music over my videos, maybe cut out some stuff. And so, yeah, I think there's something else. Whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna hate watching this later on. This is gonna feel so cringy. Yeah. But sorry, anyway. Um, I guess for long term stuff, for one, I'm probably never gonna do a face reveal. It's more of just a privacy thing. Like, I just don't really feel comfortable. I don't know. It depends on like how safe it actually is, but nonetheless, I know it is a weird thing to be, some big YouTuber one day who just has a ski mask that is, of course, like going to deter people. But yeah, for the future of the channel as well, I plan to do a ton of collab videos with a ton of other YouTubers, and it's not for a clout or like gaining popularity for myself, but it's more like, I can shine light on what their content is, or as these YouTubers, like for example, if they're like a fighter, and they talk about paramedic stuff or so on, and then I can like do a video with them. They can like summarize it and just talk about some good things, and so yeah, to kind of like I don't know how to describe it, but I think that makes sense for why. Also, I'm definitely gonna change the channel's name. I hate it, kind of. Basically, I was in a phase for a short time, well, like a year, where I was kind of obsessed with psychology, and I learned a lot about it and taught myself a lot about it. But I kind of hated it later on. In terms of like what I was using it for, it's just trying to understand people, and it didn't really help. But anyway, this is just kind of a phase, and I made the channel name off that, and I thought it was kind of catchy. But also, there's like 10 other channel names similar to this, and on top of that, like, it's just not that catchy. Actually, it's a little long, and if I like told someone the name, it would most likely like, spell it wrong. Like the problems go on and on, really. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna change the channel name someday. Currently, it's Psychology Nerd or Phycology Nerd, which is a typo, which I thought was okay to keep, I guess. But yeah, um, I guess I may as well get to some of the bigger changes from here on. I'm also going to stop doing daily videos. I might start doing shorts here and there as like kind of clips for the band stuff I do as like memes. But also, um, yeah, I'm just gonna do less videos, and half my content again will probably be like band or just stuff I enjoy doing. Although I don't really know how I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it here. Maybe I might like go to my school and start like with some kind of friends, make some memes or just like mess around. Like, oh, with a baritone, this is some evil things you can do to prank them, and so on. But yeah, for the big things, long term ideas, and so on, I guess I may as well talk about some points. So, why I started this YouTube channel and who this is for, and kind of what I feel like an influence is and how it's a responsibility. So, basically, I always watched YouTubers since I was pretty young, and so, yeah, mainly gaming YouTubers. And I still watch YouTube a lot. It is probably the thing I spend the most time doing in my free time, I guess. And so, yeah, I grew up around it, and I feel like also with going through things in life, and of course we all go through things. Of course, some people worse than others, but I feel like one of the biggest things about life is influences. Now, this isn't necessarily just like huge things like politicians or someone, but it could be things more everyday life scale to like your neighbor or someone that interacts with you or walks by you or your parents or your environment, like in the psychological term, like where you live or your school you go to or etc. These all affect you, affect how you feel, how you perceive, what you developingly believe, and so on. And well, these all influence you. And I feel like, of course, YouTubers have such huge potential and access to millions to billions of people. And like, this is such a huge thing. And it is definitely a responsibility because there's tons of negative things out there. There are tons of harsh or bad influences in the real world and on YouTube and other social media platforms and so on. And there's, of course, channels that may not be bad or negative influences, but they may be focusing on entertainment or specific subjects. I kind of want to be a positive influence, and of course, you don't have to be like solely focused on like things to be a positive influence. You could just have it as like a side thing, or just like do something that people may resonate with or enjoy watching content on, if that makes sense. Like gaming YouTubers can be a positive influence. So I kind of want to be a meaningful, authentic, trustworthy person, influentially, if that makes sense, as kind of a focus. Kinda. I still don't know actually what I want to be for like what this channel would actually be on, if that makes sense. Like I'm not gonna be a band only or ranting channel forever, but long term, I'm still like deciding what I want to do. I don't have much ideas on that, but I kind of just want to be a meaningful influence, and that is what an influence is something that is a responsibility, and it affects how people feel and see things. And at a young age, especially, good influences affect how you grow up and how you feel. And again, I'm kind of repeating myself, but it really, really matters. It's probably one of the most meaningful things in life, I guess, as a way to put it. And so, I mean, if we have uplifting YouTubers with millions to billions of people, like that has such a huge scale to it. So, yeah, there's tons of things that we can do as YouTubers, content wise, where I guess like to inspire people to do, or even just like as another thing I might start doing, it's just like things I come across as like lessons or just generally helpful things. Maybe like some people already know about it, of course, or some more basic things for like how to get a driver's license or things you need to know about that. Like just something helpful as well. Just yeah, if I could like help people, uplift them, shine light onto them as a big influencer someday, showing like the good in the world, the positiveness, and of course, not in a fake way or selectively like, oh, everything's perfect. It's like I want to have like, of course, a good world, and well, this is probably a great way to do that, rather than you know control or having a fight over it or so on. Like it's just and also not just through words but action. Someday, when I actually, if YouTube is successful, I could start making money off of it. And of course, undeniably, we all want money. It is something that gives us quality and gives us less responsibility and gives us more resources. And it is kind of a need in modern life, I guess. But also, that too is kind of a responsibility and power. But of course, I could give money away, kind of like a Mr. Beast, but more of like, okay, I can just do this charitably for fun, not even like as challenge videos, just like, okay, well, I see that you're going through some stuff and I'd like to, just be nice. Or so on. I'm not too sure about that yet, but again, it's just, there's so many things I could do to help people. And I feel like, the more influential and successful I can be on YouTube, the more I can do this. And again, like, I also don't want to become a greedy YouTuber or like a negative YouTuber. I want to be a true, meaningful, good influence. And yeah, and I can inspire people because you don't have to be rich and a huge influence and famous or all these other things to be a good person. You can literally be a homeless person and or very disabled in many ways or so many other examples, but nonetheless you can help people. And you always have that privilege, I guess. Not privilege, ability. And there's just so many small things that you can do to positively influence or help people. And I feel like that's kind of what I want to inspire on so many different ways. Um, but yeah, I think I've made my point pretty good, or kind of the image I'm trying to create. But again, I'm gonna speak more, or you'll see this more through actions rather than words. I guess hopefully someday. But yeah, nonetheless, I guess that's everything. My channel currently has again no subscribers, 200 views, 20k impressions. Average watch time's like 30 seconds. Thumbnails have been getting better. Content has been getting better. And I'm going to start doing more broad videos. I'm going to start doing band content. And yeah, I'm just going to start making videos on what I like to do more. And I really hope that this channel can be successful, not as for making money or views and subs, but for what what separates this channel from the rest of YouTube's channels is being a true, meaningful influence. I keep using those words, but yeah, I guess that's a pretty basic way to define it. Of course, I still don't know how I'm going to do this, though. So, yeah. Well, I really hope that this video was, I guess, a good explanation of what I want to be and do. But, yeah, nonetheless, I really hope that this channel does meet the purpose I intended to have. And, yeah, hopefully this works out. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Adios.